Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about studying law in the Caribbean. So since I started my channel and since I've been showing you guys where I live, all about my Uwi life, a lot of people have messaged me and they have just asked me a lot of things about university, specifically law. So I am going to do a video all about that. But recently I got a message from a young lady. She's coming from another country in the Caribbean and she's trying to decide which campus to choose. So I'm going to go through that. I'm going to go through things that you wouldn't know until you enter into UWI. And I just want to clear the air, clear up a lot of misconceptions, and just ease a lot of people's minds, because I know right now it's kind of hard to get information from schools and other people because exams are going on, we're in a pandemic, a lot is going on. So I'm just trying to offer some help to everybody, and yeah, that's about it. I really hope you guys like this video and I really hope it helps. First things first, there are a few things that need to be considered when thinking about law. One is how to get into the school, 2, how to pay for it, and 3, what's going to happen when you get there. So there are 3 schools in the Caribbean that I would recommend to do law, and here's why. UWI Mona, UWI St. Augustine, and UWI Bridgetown. I recommend those 3 schools because when you attend those 3 schools, you have automatic admissions to the law schools in the countries, and you have to finish your degree. So once you finish your LLB, you have automatic entrance into those schools. Say for example you're in Jamaica and you choose to attend UTech to study law. I'm not very sure about how the courses are set up at UTech and how everything goes, but I do know that UTech is significantly cheaper. So if you're looking at cheaper routes, you can go to UTech. But one thing to bear in mind is that you don't get automatic entrance into the Norman Manley School of Law when you study at UTech. There is an entrance exam that you will have to take, and it's not a guarantee that you will make it into Norman Manley Law School. This is because of the Treaty of Chaguaramas, so that's how it works. It's sad, but that's just how it works. So to get into any one of the 3 UWI campuses for law, you have to have 5 CSEC subjects. That's grade 1 to 3, 2 KW units, or an associate degree from an approved institute with a GPA of 2.5, and it's 3.5 for St. Augustine, or a bachelor's or master's degree from an approved institute. And these are the bare minimum requirements. I would not recommend anybody to just apply with these grades. Mind you, you can get in, but if you are doing these subjects now or doing what the pre-requirements, the prerequisites to come into UWI, I would implore you to work really hard so you can have an advantage, because I've known people who did not get into law and they were just given the option to do another degree which they did not want to do, or they were given the option to go to WJC campus that's in Montego Bay. So just work hard so you have a better chance at getting in or getting approved to do law. So it lasts 5 years if you want to become an attorney at law, because you have 3 years in your LLB and 2 at law school, whichever law school you choose to go based on where you live. Well, not choose to go, because you have to go to the ones in your region. To study law, the price is quite hefty, and I feel like that's one of the biggest disadvantages. Law is hard and it is a lot of money. So it's something, those are 2 things that you really have to consider before jumping into it. It's 10,000 US for the school fee, and every year the exchange rate goes up. So when I started UWI, the exchange rate was at 130, so we were paying 1.3 million per year, and then it went up to 1.35 million per year. So yeah, there are installment plans available at UWI you guys can make use of. So what would happen is that you pay 25% of the school fee at the beginning of the semester and then apply for the installment plan. Most likely you'll get approved for the installment plan, and then you pay little every month to finish off everything. I recommend using an installment plan because I don't think it's wise to just pick up $1.3 million and just give it all to you all at once. So that is something to also consider. So for those of you guys who might not have all of this money to pay at once, and you are sure that you won't have all of it to pay for the installments either, you guys can consider borrowing from SLB, that's the Student Loan Bureau, and they provide you with up to $843,000 to $1 million. I'm not very sure how it works. I spoke to a few people who got the loans, and what I was told is that for first to second year they got $834,000, and in third year they got $1 million. And I know some people who've gotten additional grants from student loan, so that's something you guys might want to explore if you are unsure how you're going to pay for it. Another thing to explore is scholarships. The government gives out a lot of scholarships per year. I am going to leave the link down below for a scholarship thread on Twitter, and you can see the different scholarships to apply for. One thing that's really difficult is finding a scholarship that gives money to law students. A lot of scholarships do not give money to law and med students. I don't know why. Probably it's because these courses, these degrees are expensive. But yeah, I'm unsure why they don't do that. So one thing I would like all of you guys to consider if applying to law, make sure that you are not putting yourself in a worse position than you started out. If you don't know where the money is going to come from, you don't know where the first dime is going to come from, come up with a plan, apply for scholarships, reach out to people. You know, if you have that one aunt that promised you 15 years ago that she might help you if you go to college, reach out to everybody and try to get something. And once you start school, you don't know where the rest of the money is coming from, do not give up. There's always a way to get something. There's always a way to get some money. There's always a way to have something work out for you. Some of you can work part-time, but I feel like if law is something that you're passionate about, something that you know you can manage, something that you know you can do well, go for it. Just try your best, explore your options, and go for it. The next thing we're going to discuss is courses. What courses do you do when you get accepted to law? So these courses that I'm going to mention, they are the same for all the UWI locations. So this is the same thing they're learning in St. Augustine and in Bridgetown campus. So for semester 1, there is Law and Legal Systems, Criminal Law 1, Legal Methods, Research and Writing, Caribbean Civilization, and Science, Medicine and Technology. Law and Legal Systems is basically self-explanatory, and I would recommend you guys, as I said before, keep your law books if you do CAPE law. So keep those books, those notes and all of that. Criminal Law 1, it's just criminal law. It's just the beginning. As I said before, it's a lot of what you would learn in CAPE. Legal Methods, Research and Writing is a year-long course, and it focuses on legal methods, research and writing. So you learn how to do case briefs and do legal research, all of that. Caribbean Civilization is a foundation course that a lot of UWI students do. So it's basically an out-of-faculty course, and it's a really easy course to do. It's really easy to get an A in that course. Science, Medicine and Technology is basically like science in third form. You do like global warming and all of that. So that's semester 1. For semester 2, you do Constitutional Law, Criminal Law 2, Legal Methods, Research and Writing. It's a year-long course. Tort 1, Contract 1, and Language Argument. Constitutional Law is about the Constitution. Criminal Law 2 is basically a continuation of Criminal 1. Law of tort is a civil wrong, so you learn about like defamation, nuisance, trespass to the person, etc. Contract law is about contracts. Language argument, that's a foundation course. It's like communication studies in sixth form. Tort 2, so this is semester 2 now. So tort 2, continuation of tort 1. Contract 2, continuation of contract 1. There's real property 1, which is land law. Public international law, that's a pretty easy course, and it's going to be something new. And then jurisprudence, which is one of my least favorite courses. Semester 2, there's real prop 2, that's land law part 2. There's public international law part 2. There's administrative law, which a lot of sixth form notes would be useful here. Equitable remedies, and these are basically the remedies from equity. So if you're facing a wrong, these are the remedies you would get from the court. And they include like injunctions, damages, all of the works. Then there's Commonwealth Caribbean human rights law, and it's basically human rights for the Commonwealth Caribbean. I don't know why CCHR always twists my tongue. So that's year 1 and year 2. For year 3 now, it's a bit different because year 3 courses are different. You are not given a set batch of courses to do. You choose what you want to do, but you have to do 5 courses per semester. So you choose what you want to do. Some of the better third year courses, in my opinion, are intellectual property, where you learn about copyright, patents, all of that. Sports law, which is amazing, one of the best law courses you could ever do. If you are interested in human rights, you can do international human rights law, which is just an extension of CCHR, so that's Commonwealth Caribbean human rights law. Another one is good, that's entertainment law, amazing course. One course I would never recommend to anybody to do is trade law. Trade law was just, the course itself, it was just, yeah, everybody I know doing that course was having problems. So yeah, you might want to think twice about doing trade law, and that's just my opinion. In third year, you can also do out of faculty courses. So I am doing Caribbean culture. I'm like a history buff, that's my thing, that's what I like. So yeah, I'm doing Caribbean culture, and it's really fun. And in third year, there's more of a variety in how the courses are set up, because in first and second year, other than LMRW and PIL, there's not really any coursework done, like graded coursework done. It's just a final exam, and for a lot of people I know that can be hard. For me especially, it was hard because the first time I went into the exam tent, my body got hot. I almost had a panic attack. It was just a mess. So I know that can be hard for a lot of people, so I just want you guys to know that before going into that. Third year, the courses are mixed. You have some courses which are just assignments. So for entertainment law, it's just 2 assignments. You get a contract drafting assignment, and then like a problem question to answer. And then I think environmental law is like a research project thing. Yeah, so it's a variety. So it's not just the exam only. For some courses it is exam only, but for a lot of them it's not, and you have a better opportunity of doing well. So that's that for that. And as I said, it's same courses for the 3 faculties, for the 3 campuses. So in the event that you do unfortunately fail a course, it's free to resit the course. Law does not do summer school. There's a summer semester, but there's no summer school because there's no teaching going on. There's only the opportunity to resit something that you failed. You can, however, do these subjects at UWI campus, one of the UWI open campuses, or an approved center, an approved examination center. So for those of you who go on work and travel, or you go abroad for the summer or whenever, you can find an approved campus near you have them get in touch with you. You are probably going to need a liaison in Jamaica to go up to you, because a lot of times you call you, it's not as easy as getting through as if somebody's there at the physical location. So I remember I filled the course, and I was in America at the time when I was supposed to resit the course. So I got somebody to go up to Uwi, and they sorted out everything, and the exam was mailed to the examination center. I did the exam and they mailed it back to Jamaica. It has to be done at the same time, regardless of time zones. It has to be done at the same time, the same day that Uwi is doing the exam. That's it. And I must admit that I liked doing the course in the exam center overseas, because they were way nicer than at Tent. Yes, so if you do fail the course more than once and you're resitting like more than once, you have to pay after that. So after the first time you fail the course, you have to pay. So don't fail a course, don't fail it twice. For extracurricular activities, there is it's not really an extracurricular activity, it's like a group. There's the Mona Law Society, and it's the law club. That's what I call it in my head. It's the law club. And we have like specific events throughout the year. So there's like, can't remember the events. We have events. We have med law, and that's we join with the faculty of medicine, and we have like a little soiree type thing. They always have like karaoke and little fun sessions up by our roof where the pool is, or third floor. If you want to see what the faculty looks like, I did do a vlog when I went to school, and I showed you guys what over by the law faculty looks like. So if you want to see that video, I'm going to leave the link down in the description below. Another thing about law, we have like sports houses, because we do have sports day. To this day, I don't remember what the name of my house is. I know it's a greenhouse. I've never been to a sports day. I've never participated in activities. So yeah, I don't know. A little bit of advice for those of you who are going in: participate, get to know your classmates. I know that law students may not be the friendliest, and I say this in the most respectful way as possible as I can. Law students are not friendly. I don't know if it's me, I don't know what it is, but I really implore you guys, when you do go to school, try to be nice to your classmates. Try to get rid of that sense of entitlement. Oh, I'm a law student, so I'm better than everybody else. Try to just get rid of that, the elitism. We're all students, we're all one, so just, make it be one law. That's my suggestion, that's my recommendation. So comparing campuses, I must say before, I've tried my best to speak to people from different campuses, so I am not biased on this, and this will help you make a good decision for you. So I have a friend, he has studied at all three campuses, and he has studied law at all three campuses. What he said to me was that he was in Barbados at the time. He was studying at Barbados at the time, and a lot of the teachers moved to teach at Mona, so he moved to Mona. He was saying that Mona was the better option because of the teachers. And another thing you should consider when going to a UE campus is the one closer to you. So if you're like from Belize, I would recommend Jamaica. If you're from Trinidad, you can go to the one in Trinidad. If you're from Barbados, the one in Barbados. And there is now another campus in Antigua, I think. I'm not very sure about a lot of what's going on in Antigua, but it's the setup of everything is supposed to be the same. So if you're trying to save money, stay at the one closest to your home. I do think that Jamaica, however, the cost of living in Jamaica is significantly lower than these other countries, especially Barbados. The cost of living in Barbados is high. So yeah, Jamaica is the cheaper option for you guys. So that's something to really consider when picking a campus. So we've spoken about how to get in, how to manage getting in, how to pay for everything. So how to get out and what happens when you get out. How to get out, you just pass your courses. And yeah, if you want to be an attorney at law and not just a lawyer, you would have to go to a law school. And for law school, you don't really get to choose which law school you go. You have to go to the law school that is in your region. So there's a law school in Jamaica, that's the Norman Manley Law School. There's one in Barbados, and then there's the Hugh Wooding Law School in Trinidad and Tobago. As I said before, you go to the law schools in your area. So if you're in the Jamaica vicinity, but you're not Jamaican, you would come to Norman Manley. Norman Manley is for us, for those who are graduating from UWI, or any other school that you did a law degree. It's 2 years, it's a 2-year program, and after that you can take the bar exam, and boop, you're an attorney. To get into Norman Manley for UWI students is easy. You just apply, finish your degree, Norman Manley. For other students who go to other universities such as UCC or UTech, it's going to be a bit harder for you guys, as I said before, because there is an entrance exam that you have to do. And also with the law school, there's a set amount of students that they take in each year, so they won't always be able to take in everybody that year that does the entrance exam. So although going to another school, you know, to study law like UTech would be cheaper, you must consider getting into law school. And even if you do well on the entrance exam, it's not a must that you do get into law school. So that is something that you really have to think about. Not being biased, but it's something that you have to think about. It's not entirely impossible, I must say. I have a friend, she went to UTech, she graduated last year. She's one of the smartest girls I know. She's very smart. She did the entrance exam, and now she's going to Norman Manley Law School. So yeah, Norman Manley Law School, the tuition is not very far from that of UWI. It's a bit cheaper, so it's 1 point something, I don't quite remember. It's a bit cheaper, but it's still a lot of money. So for those whole 5 years, it's quite a lot of money. So for me, I would say 5 times 2, it's about $10 million roughly, because you must consider tuition, boarding, food, miscellaneous, you know, in case of any emergencies. And some of us, we spend a lot. Yeah, we spend a lot of our parents' money, so it's a lot of money to send us to school, guys. So that's basically how to get in and out of the law field or going to law school. I must say that for me, studying law was very difficult. It was not it was what I wanted to do before I got in, but after I got in, it just didn't seem as clear cut as it did before. So you guys have to consider if this is really something you want to do, because it's a lot of money to waste. I didn't switch faculties because I was thinking of my parents. My parents pay my tuition themselves, they pay for my housing themselves. It's just all of them, and I know that they've worked really hard. They've saved a lot over the years to give me the gift of a free education, and I would never ever try to be ungrateful or just disappoint them, you know. They've worked really hard for this, so the least I can do is work really hard and finish. If I don't want to study law, that's fine. I just want to finish, so my parents are proud and I accomplished something, and then I get to be proud of myself. So if you're not passionate about it, if it's not what you want to do, you probably shouldn't do it. But if you know that this is what you want, this is what you love, this is the field you want to go into, you want to be one of the top lawyers in the Caribbean in a few years, go for it. Study hard, work hard, be persistent, and just pray about it. That's all the advice I can give. If there is anything specific you would want to know, anything I didn't mention, you can reach out to me on social media. All my information is down below. If there's anything else you want to see on my channel, let me know. Any follow-up videos you want me to do, let me know. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for the continued support. Have a great day. Have a great week. Bye guys.